Okay, so talking a lot about suicide prevention, but what do we do if somebody actually is talking about suicide? Now, again, I'm putting the information for the Canadian Suicide Prevention Services in the description below. So if somebody is actually talking about suicide, please do get help, consult with somebody else, talk to a professional like me, I'm a psychologist, or, you know, take them to the emergency room. So we want to take people seriously when they're talking about suicide. If somebody actually brings it up, believe them, okay? And if you want to understand, again, listening bravely is something we can do. So do listen to them, hear them, understand the situation, and access help. Don't leave them alone, and please do follow through. If you tell somebody you are going to help them, help them. So many times people talk about suicide and somebody will say, oh, I'll help you, or we'll go talk to somebody, and then they don't. It's this weird thing that we have about suicide. We feel ashamed for the person or for their vulnerableness, and then that gets in our way of helping. Don't let that get in your way. Follow through is essential. And we can help each other. All right, so what is really important when we're considering how to come alongside somebody who is talking about suicide is that we want to empower them versus try to give them solutions. So we don't like people in pain and we try to fix it. Maybe if you hung out with your friends more, or, you know, maybe if we painted your room a more cheerful color. Hey, why don't I just make your favorite supper? That'll help. All these things that we think will work. I don't know why, but we like to fix things for people. What is more key is this empowering. Again, we long to be seen, heard, and known. You're not going to have the miracle solution in this first conversation that you have with a suicidal person. You don't have to. You don't. That's why we want to ask somebody who knows what they're doing for help. But your job is to figure out, how can I empower this person I love? How can I scaffold them so that they can live their life? And this is something that we talk about in AA culture, but it's a really big thing to try to understand their program, try to understand their plan, their safety plan, but we do not want to work their safety plan for them. So as parents or support people, do pay attention. How are you keeping yourself safe? Do you have it written down? Can you tell me some of the things that are working? Pay attention, ask questions, be interested in how they're going to keep themselves safe, but don't work it for them. And by that, it's like they don't have to get it perfect. You know, people can struggle. They can say, you know what, if I meditate every morning, that really helps me with my mental health. And then Tuesday rolls around and you know they didn't get up and do it. Don't scold them. Don't get on them. Don't go wake them up. Unless you are a part of that safety plan. So some people do need their loved one to wake them up in the morning or something like that. But they need to ask us for these things. They need to be empowered to work their safety plan, because the safety plan is about hope. Safety plan is about instilling hope and ability in me, that even in my pain and my distress and my insecurity about whether I deserve to be alive, that I am starting to do something. I'm going to struggle in this dark emotion and I'm going to try. That's huge for somebody. And it's very painful to come alongside of and watch. So we do want to have professional people supporting them and listening to them. Yeah. So again, another thing when we're noticing this idea of safety planning and supporting, people need the liberty to live one day at a time. And when somebody is really contemplating suicide, it is like, I am living one day at a time and I am working my hope and my safety plan for today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day. And as a support person, we might also need to really have our own plan about how we are going to live one day at a time through this. And truthfully, it's okay for you to access support and help. Talk to somebody who knows what they're doing, or who has come alongside of somebody else who has been suicidal in a significant way. And the other truth is like, speaking back to our longing to fix things, is that we're going to figure it out as we go. But don't isolate yourself as a support person, and don't isolate yourself if you're having suicidal thoughts. We all have the right to be seen, heard, and known, and this is a big deal. So access supports one day at a time. Have a safety plan, whether you're suicidal or you're a support person. Okay, you guys? Take care.